What are some of the basic components that you're seeing out there as part of an RFID system?
Yeah, the key word though in your question was system, because we can't approach this as a device-specific solution. This is more of a holistic solution that starts with a proper software solution that's going to feed into the ERP, WMS system, MES system if it's in manufacturing. So with that being said, it's a different sale from what most are historically used to, which is making sure that you have the right pieces in place. Also being on site to understand that environment really helps you decide which pieces you can fit into the puzzle to provide that total solution. It's not really a, well, what are your needs? There's a lot more time, because this is not a device in speccing a specific device solution. This is a much more deep, meaning software has to be in line first, and secondly, I would look to add the peripheral pieces that are going to feed into the software that meet the needs of that specific environment.
Yeah, I think that's a key component, right? Because it's going to take more time to go into those opportunities when it's about RFID and making sure everything is in place, and go deep in understanding that all the pieces of the puzzles truly fit to have a complete and functioning system.
Yeah, that's generically speaking, and a shameless plug for Zebra. We do have a new piece of technology, which is it's really cool, because what it does is it takes the active RFID tag and how it functions and how you can see something move through real time, but it eliminates that highly costly tag from the equation by offering the ability to use passive tags. And with array mounts throughout the ceiling, it can send signals down to cover the entire warehouse floor and track multiple devices, see them in real time down to 2 feet, but without the high cost of tagging each individual piece with a $20, $30 tag itself.
So what are some unique use cases you guys are seeing these RFID systems deployed for?
What we see most are high value assets. They tend to kind of lead the way. It's not necessarily things that are going to be case picked, for example, which are individual low cost items, but high value assets. For example, robots. Robot manufacturer, if they lose track of a robot, there's a significant sum of funds behind the assets, the material, the build time. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars that they could lose. So what I'm seeing leading this is really high value assets. And then that trickling down to just people who want to maybe automate the factory, or want to automate a process, or automate inventory tracking within a warehouse environment as well. And what I find is those doing barcoding today are having an easier transition than jumping from maybe pen and paper, limited traceability, to go full RFID. Really, those steps are kind of important.
When should an end user consider RFID versus traditional scanning?
I think they can start considering now. It's just understanding what the process is going to look like, the investment, how many, fitting those pieces in the puzzle we were talking about. So if they have a system right now in place that's working for them, maybe it's understanding how it's going to improve it overall. And then there's some accessories that's going to help you transition from the traditional system to an RFID process that's going to bring different benefits. So I think it's, right now there are different solutions out there that's going to help transition in general. And I think that's where obviously TRG and the different experts in the industry can help in understanding how much it's going to take and what it entails to do that transition.
Yeah, the key thing there is return on investment for the end user. Like, everyone wants to automate, but at what cost? If the cost the benefit doesn't outweigh the cost to go fully automated, then obviously that's really the big deterrence.
So after you've implemented all these RFID systems and barcode scanners in the warehouse, you actually have to have those products leave the warehouse. So what types of unique solutions are being streamlined to get those devices out of the warehouse into the supply chain?
Yeah, I think you have different route applications. If you're using third-party logistics and then the product ships out the door to a courier and then out to the consumer, or if there's different solutions for a retailer like curbside pickup, etc. There's different solutions out there where you can connect different mobile devices to the system, to the WMS, etc. And then make sure that you have real-time data on what's going on in your business. So if you have route applications, what route the salesperson needs to take in the most efficient way, and then depending on the volume business, when do you need to source more inventory from one micro fulfillment center to the other, or from one store to the other, and that's where technology plays a great role, and then mobile devices connect that in the different process to streamline.